Hello fellow anime enjoyers, I asked for your hottest takes and unpopular opinions on my Discord server, and now I'll read them, and if I disagree, I'll time out the person who sent it from 1 minute if it's a small L to an entire week if they come up with some absurd rage bait. And yeah, I made a bit of a sneaky devious clickbait in the title and thumbnail, but I promise they'll still get mad at me, don't worry. You came for the drama, and I'll deliver the drama. I'm actually risking making the entire server empty for a week. This idea came from an old server member who unfortunately left and never returned. If you see this wisp, we all still miss you. If you want to participate in events like these, join the server, link in description. Anyways, enough with this intro, let's get to the juicy parts. Okay guys, I'm here at the events tab where I asked everyone to send the hot takes, and now I'm about to go to the hot takes channel. I haven't seen anything there, it will be my first time reaction to all the takes. And let's start with the first one. One Piece is not worth the hype. That's a very bold statement and a very mild one. Everything that is popular gets this kind of takes. I do disagree a lot. I think One Piece, from what I've seen, I've only seen up to episode 200 or something like that. One Piece is a really good adventure anime that it's kind of timeless. I feel like no other anime does what One Piece does in such a nice way. I definitely think it's worth the hype. This one is kind of mild. I'm just gonna give it 1 hour. One Piece is actually peak. Okay, now we have no one sending a bunch of them. So first one, One Punch Man is mid. Okay, now that's a hotter take than the One Piece one. It's only enjoyable, but only if you turn your brain off. I can see it. It's not that much of a story anime. I do not think it's mid. The animation is great. I do think it also depends on what genre of anime you like. Anime fandom ruins anime most of the time. Pick example being My Hero Academia. I do agree that the fandom can ruin anime, like not anime but the experience of watching it a lot of times. I do disagree with the My Hero Academia example. I do not think My Hero Academia fandom is that bad. I've definitely seen worse. Like, yeah, they're kind of weird, but I think that's just part of it being mainstream. There's no perfect anime. That's not a hot take at all. I think that's like the most comprehensible take ever. There is nothing perfect in the world. By the way, I forgot to mention, there will be a special role granted for the person with the worst takes in the video, so watch until the end to see who gets it. I feel like some of those takes aren't really that hot, so I guess it's just 1 hour. That's my final judgment of this one. Now we have Troll saying solo leveling is carried by Sungjin Woo's aura farming and is actually not that good. I really love solo leveling. I do have some problems with it, but it's nothing that big. I do think it's pretty good as a turn your brain off show. It's one of those power fantasies that is actually well made in my opinion. I can understand why some people think it's only carried by Sungjin Woo's aura farming, but that's the entire point of the anime in my opinion. So, but I do see some people liking generic isekais and not solo leveling, which is kind of absurd in my opinion. I'll give it also 1 hour. We haven't had any spicy ones yet. Stardust Crozet, I haven't watched JoJo. I feel like people should have maybe seen what animes I've watched before commenting here. JoJo's isn't gay. Okay, well, that's a very severe offense. Look at these 3 pictures. If those pictures didn't turn you gay for a second, then you're not a real man. This is a very severe one. One day, someone already messaged me because of the timeout. Why am I muted, by the way? Okay, now we have one with a lot of dislikes. Let's see. This is Sumi, the server's mod. Freerun is mid and boring. An average slow-paced anime of the season is easily more entertaining than Freerun as a whole. Now, this is a really bold statement, considering Freerun is the highest rated anime ever on my anime list, but I do kind of see where he's coming from. Freerun is not as good as people say. It has a very nice journey with good animation, cool characters, and just overall chill vibes. It is not that entertaining though, but there's one part where he really got it wrong. The average slow-paced anime of the season is easily more entertaining than Freerun. That is an absolute lie. I will give it only 1 hour as well. AOT is crazy overrated. I will not elaborate. Well, joke's on you, you're wrong. That's it, I'm not gonna elaborate. I will give it a day. This is Winter Echo, the admin of the server. Sticking to tropes, if not used for comedic purposes like in 100 Girlfriends, is annoying and sad. Well, I think that's not really a hot take considering everyone agreed. Your Name, the movie, is very bad and not even emotional. Damn, I really like Your Name. I'm not a stan, but I really like it and I thought it was emotional. I didn't cry, I never cry with anime movies. I'm a real strong man. man. This is not the hottest take ever. You're not a real man. Okay, Troll sending here another one. Darling in the Franxx is actually peak anime. I see most people disagree on this. I kind of have a hot take as well. I agree with it. I really like Darling in the Franxx. I feel like it's really overhated. I don't get it. Yes, I did watch it a long time ago, but I remember enjoying it very much, and it's still, in my opinion, like a 9 out of 10, and I'm gonna die on that hill. I'm not gonna elaborate more because I know people will 100% disagree. You know what? I'll remove this timeout from you. Troll, you've redeemed yourself. Congratulations. SAO Season 3 is hot garbage, and the only good part of the series is the first part of Season 1. Season 2 was just average. I feel like everyone has said this at some point. Bakugo x Deku never should have been a thing. Is this even a hot take? The only thing I disagree here is the Sword Art Online take. I'll give you 10 minutes of mute. It's not that big of a deal. I can handle people saying Sword Art Online is mid. I've dealt with it in my entire life. Kaiju number 8 is kinda overrated. I don't say the hot take here. I agree. Kaiju number 8 is kind of overrated. It's not a bad anime in my opinion. It was just really overhyped. Okay, guys, Avatar was not a good anime, it's just nostalgia. I feel like this is rage bait, and I will fall for it. Avatar is not an anime. Avatar is not made in Japan. Avatar is not an anime. I won't tolerate people who call Avatar an anime. This is at least a day. Low-key, I think the majority of modern anime fans need to watch anime from themselves, and not jump on my favorite YouTuber says this, so I think like this too. That is a very respectful take. I feel like everyone should think like that. I feel like people really overrate YouTubers' opinions about anime and just opinions in general. Like, if everyone disagrees with you, that's fine. I do feel like you guys should take my opinions more into consideration though. Solo Leveling is top 3 most overrated pieces of fiction. Top 3? I wouldn't say it's even overrated in my opinion, but top 3 is pushing it a bit much. Demon Slayer is also top 3 most overrated. I can see why, to be honest. Like, some parts are really kind of mid. You know it's not a hot take when you have 90% of the people agreeing with you. I will give you 1 hour mute for the solo leveling part, but the rest is mild. Vast majority of shonen anime, especially modern ones, are mid or straight up bad, and people who like them just lack good taste. I feel like you're limiting the shonen anime to the mainstream ones. There are a lot of good shonen anime. Hell, even JoJo is a shonen. That will be a 10-minute mute. Mashal was so overrated. That is just true. Redo of Healer has peak storyline for real. That's just troll. It's in your name. Just because of that, I'm gonna put you back to 1 hour. You're going in and out. The solo level— why is there so much solo leveling here? Jesus Christ, bro. This is hot takes, not hot yap sessions. Monogatari is the best anime series of all time. Oh, you did not say that. You did not say that. Watching the first 5 episodes of a show should be mandatory before hating on it. I really disagree on this, and I would mute you, but you also went away from the server, so I can't. Oh my god, how many hot takes do you have? Modern shonen is bad for the most part, with some exceptions. Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, I feel like this is kind of a mid opinion. I feel like this person hasn't watched many shonen animes besides the mainstream ones, so there are only like 5 good isekai. Peak Zero, Konosuba, Mushoku Tensei, Eminence in Shadow, blah blah blah. That is wrong. Eminence in Shadow is not good, and I will stand by that hill. It's just fine. It's just okay. It's kind of meh. I don't like Otonoke or Bling Blang Bang Born at all. I just hate them. Oh damn, that is probably the hottest take here. I mainly disagree with the isekai part. I feel like there are other isekais that are also really good. You only mentioned the mainstream ones, and Eminence in Shadow shouldn't be there at all. And also definitely with the Creepy Nuts openings. They're just pretty good. You can't deny that. Small L, I guess. More people complaining about the timeouts. A little problem. I can't do nothing as a helper when I'm muted. I just tried for safety, and I don't have the option to mute nor delete messages. Well, we kind of have a problem, guys. I mean, normal romance is honestly overrated. BL anime is just so much better. I mean, that's just called being gay, I guess. There is no problem with that. Spy Family is goon boosted. What? Another big wall of text. Most isekais from this list are not bad animes, and I believe most of them went under the radar, but they deserve better recognition than they have right now. ReZero has a lot of recognition. I don't know what you're yapping about. I think you don't know what popular and unpopular is. A lot of these are not really good. You're basically listing every isekai in the world. I definitely think you deserve at least a day for that. 7 Deadly Sins is a solid anime and has great storytelling and good character development. I dropped it. I don't like it that much. I'm just gonna give you a 1 hour mute. That one bum ass 100 Girlfriends anime is actually peak. I guess you redeemed yourself again again, so I'm gonna remove your timeout. Let's see if you screw things up again. Boku no Pico was okay-ish. What? Wait, what? Boku no Pico? It wasn't the worst thing I have seen, and even the thing where it's a bit not okay-ish, like the age gap. What do you mean a bit not okay-ish? This has gotta be one of the worst takes ever. 1 week. As long as they're handled correctly, there is nothing inherently bad about lollies. Depends on what you consider a lolly. If it's just a character that looks young, or like just a child, then of course, bruh, young characters should exist. The only bad thing about it is if you do sus things with them. Konosuba is boring AF. I can see it. It's not the peak comedy that people make it seem to be. It's not boring in my opinion, but it's not that good. Tonikawa is boring. Okay, no. Okay, you don't slender Tonikawa like that. That's a day. I'm sorry. Trigun Stampede is carried by that sexy animation. I kind of agree. The animation is probably one of the best parts of Trigun Stampede. And the opening. The opening is one of my favorite openings of all time, actually. Naruto Isumi, I dropped it like 10 times. Okay, no one cares. Exarm isn't as bad as people claim it to be. It doesn't have many bad aspects except bad CGI. It has a good story, some good action choreography scenes, and decent characters. Bro. Everything production-wise, not just the bad CGI, everything production-wise doesn't work. It is absolutely horrible. I would give you a stronger timeout, but I can't give you more than a week. Solo leveling fell off so hard, blah blah blah. Average solo leveling slander, I'm gonna give you 1 hour mute. There is nothing wrong with Mushoku Tensei. It depicts the time period it is set in a great way. It is one of the best written isekais out there. You can say it's pretty realistic. All the relationships make sense too, whether it be the 100 plus age gap one or the aunt nephew one. Sugi, you're trying to get banned or what? Okay, this is a spicy one. Death Note is boring and overrated. Also, 90% of the show is internal monologue. Definitely a very big hot take. And 90% of the show is internal monologue. That's the point. That is what makes it good. It's like the smart parts, the psychological parts of it. You're getting a day, I'm sorry. Death Note is actually peak. I don't know how to write. Reincarnated as a vending machine, Now I Wonder the Dungeon is a pretty good show. Can you stop trying to get banned? Solo leveling is mid, okay, blah blah blah. We've heard this take so many times. I'm starting to get bored of it. Bro, really? 2 in a row? That is not a hot take. Guys, have you seen how many people who said that? Isekai genre is recovering and it's starting to get some new good isekai zenshu. I totally disagree with that. It is going downhill as much as it was before. Most of the recent isekais aren't even good at all. And zenshu is a prime example. It is not a good isekai. So you had 10 minutes left. I'm gonna make it a day now. I'm sorry. My dear friend Nokoten is peak. It is not. I'm sorry. The comedy gets really stale really fast. I already gave you a day of mute. I don't think it's enough to boost you more than that. Azurian is the best waifu. That is not a hot take. That is 100% true. Bunny Girl Senpai is the greatest romance anime series. I like it, but I disagree with you a lot. Bunny Girl Senpai is extremely overrated. Orange is the opposite of outer space. I don't think it is overrated, so I'm just gonna give you 10 minutes. Not that big of a deal. Okay, this is interesting. Someone made a video saying their hot takes. Let's see Nebula's hot takes.
Hello everyone, Nebula here, and in today's I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm gonna get myself banned from a Discord server using my terrible takes.
He even made the full edited video, that's cool.
ReZero is absolute dog
It's
shit.
the biggest piece of...
Nah, okay.
I've tried multiple times to try to get into this anime, and nothing fucking worked. Like, I find Return by Death to be interesting. The amount of stuff you can do, the amount of mental complexity, ReZero just makes it unentertaining for me.
That's a very spicy take. I mean, that ReZero take is worth enough already to get a 1-day mute. ReZero is peak. Eminence in Shadow doesn't deserve all the glazing it has. Crimson, I'm totally with you. You are 100% correct. I think solo leveling is the most overrated. We need a full 72 episode anime adaptation of The Lord of the Rings. That would be so peak. I 100% agree with this. Attack on Titan isn't that good. Nah. Try harder. Jesus, 27 hot takes. Do you guys not have a life? Todoroki is one of the coolest anime characters of all time. Eminence in Shadow is overhated. Hated? You meant overrated, right? Femboys are better than women. I don't care what people say, and I am straight. My server has some sexuality problems, I gotta say. I'm gonna give you like an hour. One Piece only seems amazing because you have already invested 500 episodes. At this point, you're not enjoying it. You're just afraid to admit that you've wasted your time. That is not true. I enjoyed it since the beginning. I'm sorry, but you're getting an hour of mute. Azurian's girlfriend might be an actress whom he pays. Guys, you saw nothing. I'm not a weeb by having watched over 400 anime and having over 400 volumes of manga. Look at those numbers. You're just trying to cope. You are a weeb. You are, and you know it. That was it. So, by far and without any doubt, Sugi-Light's takes were definitely the worst ones. Saying Boku no Pico is not bad is already enough to grant you a 1-week mute in my opinion. You're definitely getting the special reward, and that is the trashiest taste roll. Well, that was it. I guess we've reached the end. Thank you everyone who participated. If you want to participate in this kind of events, remember to join the server. Let's aim for 1,000 likes, and goodbye!